Wait, why is he why is Aesop listed as a forward?
Who?
Aesop Tekkense.
What?
He's a shooting guard, damn it!
Oh, did I have that marked wrong? Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did!
Alright.
What
Yep, he's a guard, not a forward.
Alright. Even still, his PR is not Alpha's on my thing.
Yeah, still. Yeah, pretty much everyone else is sort of just like, blah.
Yeah, Dakota.
They are not doing so hot.
It's like they have really, really good guards. A lot of really, really good guards.
They got a lot of good guards. They got
Too many good guards.
They got a decent small forward. They got a semi-decent
Chris
power
Ford,
forward
we
that
can
they
probably
drafted.
ignore his good PR because 14 minutes, so.
Oy vey.
And I know there's a lot of teams that are sort of hurting for small forwards, but I think this team really needs to almost trade one of its really good guards.
No shit.
Like maybe trade a Lawless to a team that has like a small forward. It can either a good small forward or a good big that they can spare, because this team doesn't really have any good players. That is not a swinger that cannot play a shooting guard for this.
God damn, this defense and offensive rating is very off balance. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you're a guard,
I'm almost afraid to look at Plymouth now.
If you're one of the team's guards,
team.
yeah, you're doing good. If you're not one of their guards, you're not.
Yeah.
Unless you're Dylan Redfield. Dylan Redfield's the only non-guard, only person that can't play guard that's doing well. And I think they need to use their cap space, which is how much?
I can tell you real quick. I'm still on the page.
18.5. Yeah, well, 18.5 million. So yeah, Lisa Lawless is definitely was a sleeper. She was overlooked. We even told her to a pass, but she is one of the best stealers in the league. She was a sleeper. She is doing a lot better than everyone's expecting from her. Her shooting is still abysmally low, so that definitely needs to work. But I think the team really needs to trade off. She's probably the one most able to entice other teams.
Maybe buy out a couple of their smaller contracts, maybe minus like Aesop or something like that, and maybe sign somebody new in those positions that can
Brock,
actually.
I think they just hired on.
And how is Brock doing since he got signed, or she, or whatever? That's Brock.
Not great, not bad.
Not great, but not bad.
Shooting,
then.
But for this team, well above average defense. The team's average defensive rating is 96.7. So above average defense for the team.
Yeah. Let me look at her real quick. I need to see this.
Gabriel says they lost a pair of forwards to Texas.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Even still, they should probably... I think the one person on their team that they can most afford to lose and would be most valuable to other teams is Lisa Lawless. So I say use her as a bargaining chip to pick up a good quality power forward. Or good power... Yeah, more good quality power forward or center or backup small forward or... She's a very strong bargaining chip. Someone that has a really good defensive rating. An 87 defensive rating on a team whose average is 97, almost. And one of the best dealers in the league. I'm pretty sure you could probably find a team that's willing to pick her up. However, the alternative, your team is probably not going to make playoffs. Build for next year.
So basically just crash and burn now.
No, not so much crash and burn. Just don't worry at all about having any chance of making playoffs this year. Focus more on rebuilding for next year. So focus on your bench. Like, completely abandon anyone you're not planning on picking up next year. They have a lot of people going into FA.
And there's the draft class from 2 years ago that are coming into the free agency this year that are really high star quality. So this is your chance to really use that money cap space of yours and splurge.
Because let's see, you have. I'm pretty sure they're going to probably want to keep Catherine DeMille and Matthew Silvius.
Of course.
Questionable if they want to keep Redfield. They can probably try for him, though I don't think he's going to be worth the 25 mil again.
Somehow, I do not think Dylan Redfield's going to abandon Dakota.
I don't know about that, Bradis. I've talked to Wendy about that once a long time ago, and he was just like, Dylan might be thinking of jumping ship.
Especially if a team after such a basement of the league.
Well, not just that. It's also
given his ego. I'm pretty sure Dylan Redfield probably wants another ring. And
it's not just that either. Like, it's also just the in-character relationship between Dylan and his team. Like, it's just not what it used to be. So he might jump ship solely because of that.
Well, the fact that there's pretty much almost no story from Dakota anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can either trade Elisa off to another team, or an alternative is say, screw this season, look through this roster, start deciding which of these you want to try and fight to keep. Anyone that you don't want to keep, regardless of what position they are, don't spend any boosts on them for the rest of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the
let me
last
write these down
team?
for them.
Yeah, you do that. And then we'll move on to Plymouth Town. Ooh, Nelly. Woo! Holy shit.
I flew from Dakota all the way to Plymouth, and boy, are my arms tired.
Boo.
Well, I mean, on the plus side, they were at 927 in the last assessment. They've gone 4-8 this time, which is slightly improved.
They won half their games. That's saying something, and yeah.
No, not really.
Third.
Yeah, that's a third of their games.
And
most of that was their massive 18-game losing streak. Literally, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Legitimately, I've never seen anything like that.
Well, I will say this. I'm happy to say they did take the advice of moving Sarah Lancaster to starting over Nina Lime, and that's kind of part of the reason they've been doing, well, kind of turning around just a little bit, barely, but still.
To beat Pitt, they would need to go 23-9, so they are not as bad as Dakota, but definitely bad.
Yeah, they at least have a sliver chance.
More of a chance than the Bikers currently.
Yeah.
Like I said, Bikers might almost be the point. Yeah, it's still early-ish in the season, but it might almost be worth it to just say, okay, this season's lost. Let's start focusing on making it so we have as strong a season next season as possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
And meanwhile, over here in Plymouth, again, usually fairly strong starters. The bench needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
Buckner's really, really good.
Buckner is currently down with a jam thumb injury.
Terrical is killing it since he got traded from Edmonton. Holy shit.
When he's healthy, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not the point guard I think he used to be. I think he used to be a point guard.
I'm used to mostly at shooting guard.
Oh, was a shooting guard? Shooting guard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shooting guard.
Yeah,
He
it's
has the
Sarah
best
and
offensive rating of the team. Toivonen is obviously the best defensive player on the team.
Obviously, #1 draft pick.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he's helping.
Yeah, oddly,
let's
his
see.
defensive rating isn't as good as Darius Cole.
Which I
Jared
find
Bay,
very
what the
strange.
hell?
It might be partly because because Toivonen's offensive rating is so much better. Because like we're talking about a character who regularly gets like 30+ points a game. So
Yeah, I think it's more Toivonen's more of an offensive center.
yeah,
Defensive one. I mean,
Yeah.
his all his other things on the far right side are all green, but he's probably more not so much getting the rebounds as and blocks. Yeah, his rebounds and blocks. He also gets in a lot of foul trouble.
yeah. And I don't know. I feel like Cassiano at power forward actually hasn't turned out too badly for them either. Because like her defensive rating is actually pretty decent. So
But they have been trying Lancaster at point guard. How about the other suggestion? Toivonen.
Well,
Actually,
they
have
tried-
been trying Toivonen as. So yeah, the two suggestions are at least doing better.
Yeah.
I
They
think.
haven't played it at 0-2 intensity is the only thing. But given where the offensive ratings are versus the defensive ratings, I honestly could kind of see why, to be perfectly frank.
Well,
'Cause,
neither
like-
one is very good.
Yeah. Perhaps they could try a 1-1 approach.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, what could they really lose?
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
However, this is also definitely a team. I know they might be still trying to fight, but it would be very much a shock if Toivonen doesn't make the rookie challenge. Similarly,
Oh, I'm sure he made it. I already know Noah and Lee Barquin both made it.
Caracal is also one of the top 3-point shooters in the league.
That doesn't surprise me.
Don't surprise me either.
Let's see, Caracal is third in 3 points made, so it might be this team's definitely. Well, I guess 1-0 is good enough. But it's like, okay, definitely don't run anything really high intensity because you're probably not going. You're very hard crushed, and let's have your star players have their moment in the sunlight, playing in the All-Star week.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact the team's doing really bad, there's probably still at least a few players on here that made playoffs or made the All-Stars.
Yeah, just because they're doing bad as a team doesn't mean they have bad players.
Yeah.
Not the bad individual players.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I kind of mangled that a little bit.
We understand.
We know what you're about. We know
what you're
about.
talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Buckner, Nina Lime, even though
Yeah.
personal feelings aside, Nina Lime is actually still a good player. Eric's good. Rocky's good. Sarah's good.
Again, the problem is the bench. Like you look at all these fucking bench players, and not one of them, well, except for with the possible exception of Nina Lime and Sarah Lancaster, who both sort of trade off there. Not one of them has a field goal percentage of above 40.
Yeah.
And also, kind of like a crazy idea I do have in mind for them that they could probably try and do when it gets closer to the end to the trade deadline, when the final deadline is, like maybe a couple days beforehand. Use the last little bit of cap space you have and sign someone for a 30-day contract.
Yeah.
On the plus
Give
side,
it a try, because
they're going to have a lot of cap space next year.
Oh yeah.
Because Sarah